related Vogel's approximation method. Okay, so Vogel's approximation method. So how to solve the transportation problem by Vogel's approximation method. Uh, so procedure I have given how to use Vogel's approximation method or unit cost penalty method. So what is the first step for solving transportation problem? What is the first step? You see, given question is sources are given. Sources F1, F2, F3, F4 is given, and here costs are also given, right? And destination is if you consider say D1, D2, D3, costs are given, right? So and availability is also given, and demand is also given, right? So actually question is solve the following transportation problem by Vogel's method, or sometimes this is called unit cost penalty method, right? So before solving this problem, all of them, before solving the transportation problem, first you check whether our transportation problem is balanced or unbalanced, right? So how to check the balanced and unbalanced transportation problem? Say summation of AI equal to summation of BJ. Summation of AI you consider say demand 7, 9, 18. So summation means sum. 7 plus 9 is 16 plus 18 is 34. Equal to summation of BJ 5 plus 8, 13 plus 7 is yes, 13 plus 7 is what? 20 plus 14 is 34. So this is what? Balanced transportation problem. Then we can start. Okay, the algorithm we can use Vogel's approximation method. Any one method. Before using the method, there are three methods. Before using these methods, we first make the transportation problem should be balanced transportation problem. If not balanced, then our aim to make it into the balanced. Okay, by adding one extra column or extra row. Okay, these are depends upon which in where deficiency in demand or in availability there is deficiency. So in this way we use. So this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, yes, Rosni.
So that can you repeat that part, the transportation part, whether how to check if it is balanced or not?
Or how to check balanced or unbalanced, no? Okay, so here you see, all of you see how to check the transportation problem is how to check the transportation problem is balanced transportation problem or unbalanced transportation problem. Check by here you see what are the availability. Availability is 5, then 8, then 7, then 14. So you sum of these, you sum is what? 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 7 is 20, plus 14 is 34, right? So in availability, total is 34. Next you see demands are what? 7, then 9, then 18. So 7 plus 9 is 16, plus 18 is what? 34. So you see, sum of the demand and sum of the availability are equal or not? So if these are equal, then this is called the balance. If these are not equal, then these are called the unbalanced transportation problem. So always we make it into the balanced. Suppose here you see, suppose in demand, suppose you consider 7, 9, and instead of 18, suppose given 16, right? So 7 plus 9 is 16, and then in place of 18, say 16, right? So 32, but availability is 34, right? So here in demand there is some deficiency. So how much deficiency? 2 deficiency. Then what we do? We add one column, means in demand sign there is a deficiency. So in demand we write 2. Next we make one extra column. Okay, so here 2 we shall give 2 in demand. So 7, 9, 18, then 2. And then question may arise, then what are the costs? Then there is rule is what? Cost should be 0, 0, 0. Suppose here D1, D2, D3 destination are given. Next here column 1 column we add, say D4. So here first cost one is 0. In F2 row, and here you see in this fourth column all the costs should be 0, 0. So in F1 0, F2 0, F3 0, F4 0, means in case cell number will be what? 1 comma 4, cell number 1 comma 4 will be 0, cell number 2 comma 4 will be 0, cell number 3 comma 4 will be 0, cell number 4 comma 4 will be 0. Cell number 4 4 means fourth row, fourth column. Okay, so this one. So in this way we make balanced, right? So clear, Roshni?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Binoy, this one clear? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So next you see, we start this one by Vogel's approximation method. So what is the first step? First step is what? We shall find out the penalties. So in the first table you see, I have in the solution part I have written, first we find the initial basic feasible solution by Vogel's method as follows. Okay, then F1, F2, F3, F4 written, D1, D2, D3 written, all the cost here written, then availability available given 5, 8, 7 for demand is 7, 9, 18. Next what we do? Penalties, we shall write the penalties. You write the penalties, and column wise also you write the penalties. So this is clear. First step is we find out the penalties in row wise and column wise. So next question is how to find out the penalties. So in row wise, you see in row, difference of the lowest and second lowest cost gives us the penalty. Difference of the lowest cost and second lowest cost gives us the penalties. So you consider the first row. You consider F1 row. So in F1 row, what is the cost? Lowest cost.
2.
2.
Yes, good. So here 2 is the lowest cost. What is the second lowest cost?
4.
4.
Yes. So difference. So 4 minus 2 equal to 2. So you see penalty in the first row, penalty is 2. Similarly, in the second row, in F2 row, lowest cost is 1, second lowest cost is 3. Here 3, 3, so you consider 3. Okay, second lowest cost is 3. So 3 minus 1, again you write penalty is 2. In the third row, lowest cost is 4, second lowest cost is 5, so penalty is 1. Fourth row, lowest cost is 1, second lowest cost is 2, so penalty is 2 minus 1 is 1. Next, you find out the penalties in column wise. So how to find out? Here lowest cost is 1, second lowest cost is 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Second column, lowest cost is 3, second lowest cost is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. In the third column, lowest cost is 1, second lowest cost is 2. So you see penalty I have written 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So in this way, we find out the penalties. So you see, this step clear or not? Penalties, how to find out the penalties? Shabaz, Siddharth, what we do? Anybody, you have any doubt, you will ask question. So here you see penalties we find out. In row wise we find out, in column wise also find out. So next, in row wise and column wise, you check what is the maximum penalty. In first row penalty is 2, second row penalty is 2, third row penalty is 1, fourth row penalty is 1. Similarly, first column is 1, second column penalty is 1, third column penalty is 1. So maximum penalty is what? So here you see maximum penalty is 2, and this 2 is not unique. So if this 2 is not unique, here in first row and second row penalties are 2 2, means tie up. Okay, so you choose any one row, first row or second row you choose. Maximum penalty, after finding the penalties, next you check maximum penalty is what? Maximum penalty you mark. So here maximum penalty is 2, and these 2 present in first row as well as the second row. So we consider first row. Okay, so you consider the first row. Someone consider second row, no problem. Position, because you see when we marking, suppose someone get out of 600 say 590, so 590 is tie up. Okay, 2 candidates score 590, so 2 candidates, this one tie up. Then how to ranking? So ranking will be, suppose sometime given in alphabetically or etc. In this way, there is some rule. Okay, so here first one we consider. So in first one we consider, so first row we consider. So in first row, you and check in the first row what is the lowest cost in the first row. Okay, first row you check what is the lowest cost. Cost are what? Within bracket, these are the cost, means 274. These are the cost. So here, what is the lowest cost? Lowest cost is 2. So if lowest cost is 2, then lowest cost in 2, you give the allocation. You give the allocation. So in 2, you give the allocation. So availability is what? 5. And demand is 7. So how much we can give allocation? Maximum allocation, how much? 5 and 7.
5.
Yes, 5. So if we give 5, then you see in first row cancel out, means total 5 here exhausted in the first row. So first row cancel out. But in first column, when we give 5, there is remaining 2. So just you will remember, in demand in the first column, 2 remaining. Okay, so you move to the second table. So when we move to the second table, first row cancel out. Okay, so second table F2, F3, F4, and D1, D2, D3. Then availability is what? In F2 availability is 8. You see, in F2 availability is 8, and F3 availability is 7, and F4 availability is 14. Right? So in D1 we already given 5 allocate 5. So out of 7 already allocate 5, so 2 remaining. So demand is 2. Second column 9 and third column 18, right? So third column 18. Next, you again find out the penalties by similar method, similar ways. Okay, same as earlier. Means in first row, lowest cost is 1, second lowest cost is 3, difference is 2, so penalty is 2. In second row, lowest cost is 4, second lowest cost is 5, so 5 minus 4 is 1, so in second row penalty is 1. And third row, 1 and 2, difference is 1, so 1. Then first column, 1 and 3, penalty will be 2. Second column, 3 and 4, difference is 1, so penalties is 1. And third column, 1 and 2, so penalties will be 1. So next you check what is the maximum penalty. So maximum penalty is 2, right? Maximum penalty is 2. So 2 present in the row number F2. Okay, F2, in F2 maximum penalty. So next you enter this cell. In the first row you enter and search what is the lowest cost. So lowest cost is what? 331. So 1 is the lowest cost. So in 1 you give the allocation. Availability is 8. Demand is 18. So you can maximum possible amount is 8 you can give. When we give 8, then first row means F2 row is cancel out. Okay, and D3 column, when we give 18, then this one will be what? Remaining 10. So next you move to the next table, then you see F3 row and F4 row, because F2 is already completed. So F3 row and F4 row, D1 column, D2 column, D3 column. So availability is F3 row 7, then availability is 14, and D1 column 2, then availability in D2 is 9, and availability in D3 will be already given 8. So out of 18, 8 already allocate, so remaining is 10. So you give here 10, you write here 10, right? So next, similar way you find out the penalties, right? So lowest cost 4, second lowest cost 5, penalty is 1. In the F4 row, lowest cost 1, second lowest cost is 2, penalty is 1. First column, lowest cost 1, second lowest cost is 5, 4. Second column, penalties will be 6 minus 4 is 2. Then third column will be 7 minus 2 is 5, right? So you see maximum penalty is what? So maximum penalty is 5, right? So 5 present in what? In D3 column, 5 present. So in D3 column, you enter and check what is the lowest cost. So in 7 and 2, 2 is the lowest. So in 2, you give the allocation. So availability is 14, demand is 10, you can give 10. So when we give 10, then D3 column is exhausted, right? So next will be F3, F4. Then availability is 7, then 10 already given, so remaining 4. So here 2 and 9, demand is 2, 9. Next, you similar way you find out the penalties. So penalties will be 5 minus 4 is 1, then 6 minus 1 is 5, and again D1 5 minus 1 is 4, and 6 minus 4 is 2. So maximum penalty is what? Maximum penalty will be 5, right? So you enter in F4 column and you give the allocation. So allocation give 2 and 4, we shall give here 2. When we give 2, then you see D1 is completed. When D1 is completed, only remaining D2. So in D2, how to allocate? Here, availability. AV means availability. Okay. I have written AV. This is availability or available. Okay. So here you see 2 is given in F4 row. In 1 we give 2. When we give 2, then D1 is completed, remaining D2. So in D2, how to fill up? D2 fill up, here you see availability is 7. You can directly give 7. And in 6, you give 2. Then this will be clear. 7, you see allocation 7 plus 2 is 9. Right? In row wise 7 equal to 7. 2 plus 2 is 4. And column wise 2 is 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. So here in this way we allocate completely. So this one. So you see this is clear or not? Deepan, Roshni.
सर लास्ट टेबल थोड़ा समझ में नहीं आया.
लास्ट टेबल मतलब कौन सा अभी जो एक्सप्लेन किया या एक
अभी जो एक्सप्लेन अभी वाला.
Abiola. So you see here in F3 and F4, I have written directly. In F3, here penalty is 1, F4 row penalty is 5. Then D1 column penalty is 4, D2 column penalty is 2. Right? So next you give the allocation. So allocation, how to give? Maximum penalty is 5. So maximum penalty is 5. Then you enter F4 column, F4 row, lowest cost. So lowest cost is 1. So you give the allocation. How to give? Availability is 4 in F4 row, and first column availability is 2. So 2 and 4 we give 2. 2 and 4 we give 2. When we give 2, then D1 row is completed, exhausted. Meaning D2, right? In D2, then how to fill up? In D2, you see availability is what? 7 and 4. So in F4, 2 is already allocate. Out of 4, 2 allocate. So next in 6, in cost 6, how much we can give? 2, because 2 plus 2 is 4. Availability is 4. Similarly, in D2 column, when 2 is given, okay, demand is 9, then in 4, how much we can give? 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. And again in F3 row, allocation is 7. So 7 equal to 7. Availability is 7. So in this way you fill up in last table. You see clear or not this?
Yes sir, clear.
Yes. Okay. Because you see in allocation, here 2 plus 2 is 4 availability. 7 plus 2, allocation 7 plus allocation 2, 9. So demand is 9. Similarly, in F3, allocation is 7, availability is 7. It's okay. Because here, when we cancel out D1 column, right, only remaining D2. So in D2, you give, okay, so for this reason, we write that. And next, what we do, just 1 minute wait.
সেকেন্ড পেজৰ ফার্স্ট টেবলটো আৰু এবাৰ ৰিপিট কৰক।
কোনটো ফার্স্ট টেবলটো?
সেকেন্ড পেজৰ
সেকেন্ড পেজৰ ফার্স্ট টেবলটো, okay. Second page of first table, you see here D1 column, D2 column, D3 column, right? So here you see, next hour again we have to find out the penalties. In F3 row, what is the penalties? Uh, Kindly you off your microphone, Arbaz. Yes. So you see in F3, F3 row lowest cost is 4 and second lowest cost is 5. So penalty is 5 minus 4. Lowest cost and second lowest cost difference gives us the penalty. So penalty is 1. Then F4 row lowest cost is 2, second lowest cost is 1, second lowest cost is 2. So difference is 1. So penalty is 1. Similarly, in D1 column, lowest cost is 1, second lowest cost is 5, difference is 4. Second column, lowest cost is 4, second lowest cost is 6, so penalty is 2. Third column, lowest cost is 2, second lowest cost is 5, so penalty is second lowest cost is 7, so penalty is 5. So here you see maximum penalty is what? Penalties are 1, 1 in row wise, and column wise you see 4, 2, 5. So here maximum penalty is what? 5. So 5 present in which column? 5 present in D3 column. So you enter in the D3 column and search what is your lowest cost. 7 and 2 are the cost. What is the lowest cost? 2. So you mark this cell. In 2, you give the allocation. Availability is what? 14. Demand is 10. How much give? We can give 10. Right? When we give 10, then you see
demand to
D3
10 can all, sir.
huh?
Demand to 10 can all. First table 18 আছিল.
আচ্ছা 18 যে আছিল 18 তাতে আমি এলোকেশন কিমান দিলো D3 তোমার সেল নাম্বার 1, সেল নাম্বার 1,3 তাতে এলোকেশন কিমান দিছো ফার্স্ট রো তুমি চোৱা সেল নাম্বার 1 বুজি পাইছা তো রো নাম্বার 1 রো নাম্বার কলাম নাম্বার 3 এলোকেশন কিমান দিছো 1ত এলোকেশন কিমান দিছো ফার্স্ট পেজ or লাস্ট টেবল টু এলোকেশন কিমান দিলো 8 সো 8 যেতিয়া দিলো 8 দিয়াৰ লগে লগে তোমাৰ 18ত পৰা 8 দি দিলো থাকিল কিমান 10 তো ইয়াৰ কাৰণে তো নেক্সট টেবল 10 হল
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Sir.
So you see, when we give the allocation, then you subtract from availability and demand. Whatever you give, here you see, I have given 8. When we gave 8, then first row is totally exhausted. And third column, 8 given, remaining is 10. Your balance is 10. Okay, your balance is 10. So in the next table, this one will be 10. Okay, so in second page, last table, you see, I have written, thus we get the required feasible solution as follows. So here, you write where you give the allocation. First table, you give the allocation in cell number 1,1, we give the allocation 5. In second table, we give the allocation cell number, here you see, F2 D3. So you see, we give 8. So in F2 D3, we give 8. So I have written 8. Then third table, we give allocation F4 D3. Okay, F4 D3 we give allocation 10, so we give 10. And next step we give the allocation F3 D2 7, F3 D2 7, and F4 D1 2, F4 D1 2, and F4 D2 2. So this is 2. We give the allocation. Next you check. Allocation in the first row is 5. Availability, this is 5. Demand is, you see, allocation is 5 in the first column and 5 and 2 in the first column. So 5 plus 2 is 7. So in demand, 7. Second row, allocation 8, availability 8. Second column, allocation is 7 plus 2, 9. So you see 9, demand is 9. Then third row, you see allocation is 7, so 7. And third column, you see allocation is 8 plus 10, 18. And fourth row, 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 10, 14. Availability is 14. So this, okay. So next you write the total transportation cost to this feasible solution is, how to write? Demand into allocation into cost. So 5 into 2 plus 8 into 1 plus 7 into 4 plus 2 into 1 plus 2 into 6 plus 10 into 2. So total is 80. It's clear? Arbaj, Nihal?
Yes,
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yes.
so I have a question.
Yes, Nihal?
Sir, second table, sir, second table, highest penalty 2 is a কোনটো ল'ব লাগে?
আচ্ছা, এইটো তুমি ৰ ৱাইজ বা কলাম ৱাইজ যিকোনো ল'ব পাৰা। তো যদি আমি ফাৰ্ষ্টটো ৰ লৈছো, ইয়াৰ কাৰণে ৰ লৈ লৈছো। তাতে আছে যদি মেক্সিমাম পেনাল্টি ইজ নট ইউনিক, okay, maximum penalty is tie up, then you choose anyone, either row wise or column wise. Okay, so here first one we operate row wise, so here we consider row wise. If you consider column wise, then also you can take column wise, no problem.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Ishita, question again you will practice and you will see the theory, because you see in 7 or 8 marks question asked discuss unit cost penalty method or Vogels approximation method, or sometime write short note. Okay, these 3 methods I have given. So in sometime ask in your exam, write the short note on lowest cost entry method or matrix minima method, unit cost penalty method or Vogel's approximation method, or sometime write the lowest cost entry method. Okay, so procedure you will see how to write. Okay, because without knowing this theory you cannot solve the problem. Okay, thank you. So response your